In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate but equally important groups. The police who investigate the crimes and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Hey, it's Joe Shu with a new background. And this isn't going to be one of those long documentaries type style videos, but one about how I feel about a certain revived TV show. Some interesting things that I want to point out. I just found out the other day that NBC brought back the iconic legal drama Law & Order after 12 years of it being canceled. Law & Order, of course, is the OG NBC drama that started in 1990 and sprouted 6 spin-offs. 3 of these spin-offs have ended years ago, while 1 is on hiatus, and 2 of them are currently airing. Of course, you have Law & Order SVU and Law & Order Organized Crime, the new one. Law & Order SVU was the first spin-off in the series and is now the longest-running primetime US drama series in the history of television. With 23 seasons and counting, SVU has proven to be a fan favorite, and in my opinion, it's more entertaining and it reaches a wider audience. Recently, SVU got its own spin-off in 2021, Law & Order Organized Crime. It had a strong start and seems to be doing well in ratings, so it might be here to stay. So the Law & Order franchise is well structured. Each iteration of the show has its own version of the original theme music, that iconic and theme music was composed by Mike Post. You've probably seen his name a lot in the credits. Known for his TV theme music, he's been doing this for decades. Outside of producing all the Law & Order music, he's also written the music for the A-Team. And even the Jeff Foxworthy Show. Each of the Law & Order shows follow the same format, the same tone, the same style, for the most part. It starts off with a mystery revolving a murder.
What the hell is that?
Or some other heinous crime.
I'm just a cleaning lady! Ah, dead body!
And by the end of the episode, usually, the mystery is solved. Or it will end in a cliffhanger to be continued. And they have all these title cards that give the location info of the next scene. It's really useful, and it really sets the tone.
Guy who, while being questioned by homicide detectives, will not stop unloading crates. Doesn't matter to this guy. Double and murder? Nah. He's gotta unload that van.
Now, I still follow SVU to this day. I've seen all the episodes. It just holds my attention better. It has that crime-solving mystery appeal with some of those action-packed edge-of-your-seat moments. And the new Organized Crime version takes that edge that SVU had and kind of amps it up, giving it that cops versus the mob type of action. But the OG Law & Order seems to have a slower crime-solving pace to it. I have only seen random episodes of it sporadically during its rerun syndication on TNT, but they would segment the episodes specifically to show the law enforcement side, the law, working separately from the attorney's side, the order. I actually had a difficult time connecting with the characters on Law & Order, the ones that I saw. And eventually I just pushed it aside to being an old show that I just couldn't get into. Maybe it's because it's the kind of show your parents and grandparents would watch, like Gunsmoke. Law & Order actually tied with Gunsmoke as the longest running drama show in television history. However, dozens of crime dramas have been produced over the last 30 years, and OG Law & Order was showing its age by year 20. While changing up the characters every now and then, it kept the same structure, the same beats, and the same theme music, and it apparently just didn't age well. The show came to an end in 2010, and I vaguely remember hearing about it. It was in its 20th season. The show's creator, Dick Wolf, didn't actually want this, apparently. He tried to make a deal with the TNT network, and even AMC, to continue it, but they both declined. It was only announced fall of 2021 that a 21st season had officially been ordered by NBC. Surely this had something to do with the ideas of another Law & Order spin-off falling through over the summer. The spin-off seemed to have a focus on the attorney's side of things, and the NBC executives were probably just like, hey, let's just bring back Law & Order. As I said in previous videos, revivals are hot now. The nostalgia factor has been working more than ever lately, and you can probably thank us millennials for that. So the 21st season just started at the end of February, and I was honestly kinda shocked to see it pop up on my streaming service there. At first I thought it was a brand new reboot of the original show, then realized it was a continuation. First thing I noticed in the thumbnail was Anthony Anderson. Then I thought, oh wow, he's getting that work in, ending one show and moving on to another. Good for him. But I didn't know Anthony had been in the last 3 seasons of the show back in the late 2000s. For I did not watch them. The show was already dying out by the time Anthony came on, and I just never saw a glimpse of it. Again, this was a continuation, a 12 years later revival, so they brought back the same characters from the previous seasons. And of course, everyone's looking 10 years older. Anthony's come a long way from that guy on Kangaroo Jack, Hustle and Flow, and Transformers, as he seemed to start getting better roles around the time Law & Order got canceled. He's mostly recognized these days for his leading role in the critically acclaimed sitcom Blackish and the game show host on To Tell the Truth, both strong titles on the ABC network. So, Mr. Anderson returns for his 4th season on Law & Order as Detective Kevin Bernard, representing a black perspective on the side of the law. Now, on the side of order, there's a new attorney character who I thought looked kind of familiar. English actor Hugh Dancy played Will Graham on the critically acclaimed Hannibal from 2013, which also aired on NBC, a show that really stood out in its own right as a prime-time psychological thriller. So I'm glad NBC decided to let Dick Wolf have his Law & Order reboot, instead of just making a brand new spin-off, of which would likely end up being canceled like Law & Order Los Angeles and Trial by Jury was. Sticking with what they know already works was a good call, and it usually is. Stick with what you know. Dick Wolf really is a genius when it comes to these NBC crime dramas, because not only did he create the Law & Order franchise, but he also took part in creating the Chicago franchise. You know, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Chicago Med. They're all in the same universe as Law & Order SVU. And they've had multiple crossovers with each other. Because shows like this do so well and they do so good for the network, NBC will probably find a way to keep these franchises going on forever. Now, my opinion on the Law & Order reboot, given the first 2 episodes, is this. It hasn't really changed. It still holds that same pace and tone of the Law & Order from the 90s and 2000s. And this is fine. The show will bring back old school Law & Order fans. But I found myself feeling the same way I felt when watching old reruns of the show from 2 decades ago. But no, the reason this reboot won't work in the long run is how much TV dramas have changed over the years. There's more of a fast-paced, story-driven production involved. The difference between the original Law & Order and shows like SVU, Organized Crime, and Chicago Fire will be more obvious than ever. And it will slowly be up to the older fan base of Law & Order to keep the original show alive or not. The franchise is great, but it had to evolve from what it was in the 90s to what it is now. Obviously, evolving and adapting is how we all stay relevant and alive. The only point of going back to the original and raising it from the dead is the nostalgia factor. And in Law & Order's case, it was also an excuse not to produce another questionable spin-off. Time will tell, but if all they have going for it is slow-paced nostalgia, I don't see OG Law & Order lasting too long in today's massive field of action-packed TV dramas. So yeah, given how long this franchise had been going on, I wanted to make a quick video about it. I'm working on more shorter, consistent content because those 20-minute doc-style videos take forever to make, and I figured I'd make something like this in between. So if you're still here, please like, subscribe, help me grow, and I will
see ya.